Despite Liverpool finishing at the top of the table in the Champions League phase in the new format, Liverpool have arguably been handed the hardest opponents in PSG. The Reds prepare to make the trip to the Parc des Princes tomorrow for what could be the most difficult yet most important game in their historic season. In some massive news, the Reds have been handed a massive boost ahead of the fixture, which could dramatically affect the result. We will look into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Ibrahima Konate is in talks with Liverpool over a new contract, but is also attracting transfer interest, though Paris Saint-Germain strongly deny links. Konate is one of 3 players who will have just 12 months left on their Liverpool contracts this summer, along with Andy Robertson and Koeman Kelleher. While Kelleher is expected to depart and Robertson's long-term future is in question, tying the Frenchman down to a new deal is considered imperative, but talks have not been straightforward due to a number of factors, no doubt including the uncertainty over negotiations with Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. According to Le Parisien this week, Konate has not yet expressed a clear choice for his future, and should instead make a decision in a few months at the end of the season. This comes amid reports of interest from both PSG and Real Madrid, though both Le Parisien and Get French Football News relay word from the French club in strongly denying their involvement. Real Madrid could pose a genuine option as, despite the development of Raul Asensio, they are clearly short of quality in the centre-back position. Konate's decision will depend on the usual negotiations over contract length and wages, with it unsure if Liverpool would consider the 25-year-old worthy of top earner status at this stage. But he may also wait to see who he would be playing alongside, with it clear Van Dijk is his ideal partner at the back, and how much the club are prepared to commit when it comes to the Dutchman, as well as Salah and Alexander-Arnold. Connor Bradley is in a similar position amid talks over a new long-term contract for the right-back, albeit with his conundrum perhaps more weighted towards whether Alexander-Arnold leaves or not. There could be skepticism over the timing of reports on Konate's future, particularly as they emanate from Paris in the week Liverpool will visit the Parc des Princes for their Champions League last 16 clash with PSG. But with PSG seemingly ruling out a move for the Paris-born defender, the motivation for such an update is unclear. Clearly, losing a player of Konate's ability and potential, arguably one of the best centre-backs in the world, would be a major blow to Liverpool. There is no sign at this stage that their number 5 is angling for an exit, of course, and a delay in signing a new deal can be explained by a variety of reasons. Now, Liverpool have been handed a massive boost going into their fixture against PSG tomorrow night, as Liverpool have confirmed a 24-man squad for their Champions League last 16 first leg meeting against Paris Saint-Germain, with Cody Gakpo included. The Reds' knockout campaign commences on Wednesday evening at the Parc des Princes, which pits the Premier League leaders against the top side in League One. PSG qualified for the last 16 with a 10-0 aggregate win over Brest in the playoff round, and there will be no mistaking the threat they will pose across 2 legs. Arne Slot's side have enjoyed a rare extended break between games, and the squad were put through their paces one last time at the AXA training centre on Tuesday afternoon. Gakpo was notably absent from training, but the confirmation of the travelling squad brought the news that the Dutchman has been included for the all-important match in the French capital. Joe Gomez, Connor Bradley and Tyler Morton are still sidelined by injury, but thankfully there are no other surprises to note in Liverpool's squad. It is unlikely that we will see a large number of changes from last time out against Newcastle, though Gakpo's fitness could see him one of those brought in. Slot will hold a press conference soon after his arrival, 6:30 PM GMT. It is then we can expect to hear more about his squad. The squad which has travelled to Paris is as followed. Goalkeepers: Alisson, Kelleher, Jarros and Davies. Defenders: Van Dijk, Konate, Kwanzaa, Alexander-Arnold, Robertson and Tsimikas. Midfielders: Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, Mac Allister, Jones, Endo, Elliott, McConnell and Nioni. And finally forwards: Salah, Diaz, Gakpo, Jota, Nunes and Chiesa. Before we get into the next story, please make sure you like the video if you are enjoying so far and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, let's get back into the video. Now, in other news, Arne Slot was handed a 2-match ban for his conduct at Everton, and what was said between himself and Michael Oliver has now been revealed, with the referee and the Liverpool head coach offering differing accounts. After an emotionally charged draw at Everton that saw the hosts equalise in the 8th minute of stoppage time, Slot and his assistant Zipka Hulshoff were shown red cards after their post-match confrontations with Oliver. The pair were charged by the FA and were subsequently handed a 2-match touchline ban in addition to fines, with Slot's accumulating to £70,000. They both have 1 match left to serve of their suspension against Southampton on Saturday. Plenty had looked to decipher what was said when Slot approached Oliver for a handshake, and the FA have now published their findings and what both parties reported was said and heard. First, it was alleged by Oliver that Slot told him he had effing give them, Everton, everything, and that he hoped the referee was proud of that performance. Slot then approached Oliver again a minute later, this time shaking his hand, and, according to Oliver, saying, "If we don't win the league, I'll effing blame you." The FA document then goes on to say that it is then further alleged that Arne Slot turned to the assistant referee and shouted twice that it was a effing disgrace. Slot's manner was described as confrontational and aggressive, but the Liverpool boss disputed the wording of the comment about the title as he shook Oliver's hand. The Dutchman asserts that he in fact said, "If we don't win the league, I will have you to thank for that." However, the FA maintained that Arne Slot language and words were as reported by the match officials, and that the discrepancy didn't make a material difference to the sanction. There was, however, no dispute over Slot telling the assistant referee that it was a effing disgrace. The panel would have imposed a 3-match suspension for Slot, as well as a fine, had he not apologised and made a voluntary comment about his behaviour in his following press conference. His disciplinary record was also taken into account. Slot had asked the commission to consider staggering any sanction he and Hulshoff received to ensure both participants were not absent from the dugout at the same time. This was dismissed as there was not a compelling reason, as it is the risk they take when choosing to react emotionally in the heat of the moment, and other participants follow suit. As for Hulshoff, it is alleged he said the referee gave them, Everton, everything, and that he was a effing disgrace. Slot and Hulshoff will serve the second of their 2-match ban against Southampton on Saturday. What do you make of the accusations being made here? Also, what do you think of the punishment which was given to Slot? Let me know your thoughts on them down in the comments. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.